think God stays in heaven because he too lives in fear of what he's created?
I've been watching a lot of documentaries recently, and I realized that children around the world, especially in third world countries, have real issues. Like Venezuela, for instance. Their money it has no value. Like, things are so bad in Venezuela, you could move to Argentina and live large. But the real issue isn't hunger, poverty, war, cartels, or corrupt governments. I'm glad that American children and Zoomers are focusing on the important things, like gender.
Yippee, hooray!
There's a whole bunch of new genders out there for you. Are you tired of being a man or a woman? Maybe you're a little over puppy and kitten self. Well, don't worry, we've got some new ones for you, like the gender E.
Do you see this person next to me? E is my friend. Z has had to put up with a lot to get to where Purr is today.
Wait, what? E, Z, and purr. Like purr like a cat? Meow purr?
I just want to let Glint know that thon is valid,
What?
that ver pronouns are valid, and that Sarah identity is valid.
So it's Sarah and... Okay, whoa. Almost had an aneurysm. Sarah is an identity now? There's a Sarah race of people? It sounds like I'm on an episode of Star Trek, but it's far less thrilling and with a whole lot less space travel. Well, unless you think about the space in between their ears, because there's nothing going on there mentally.
I wish Void all the best, and look forward to maybe even seeing some of their lovely content someday.
How the f*** do you even come up with that word as a gender?
Please, treat them with respect, and I'm sure A will respect you too.
You know what the problem is today? Everybody wants to be special.
Look what I can do.
But now that everything's permitted, it's hard to get noticed. So in order to become noticed, you have to come up with something crazier than the last person had. Before, it was just two genders, men and women, but that wasn't enough. Everybody needed more. Some people wanted to be both. Some people wanted to be neither, and some people wanted to pick a day on which gender they were going to be. So now we've got ver pronouns, and they make absolutely no sense. If the person talking to you like this came around, you'd immediately assume that they came fresh out of a Star Trek convention and they were talking like, I don't know, Romulan, for God's sakes. But then you see that haircut and you know that they're not employable and your tax dollars will go to taking care of them the rest of their miserable little lives as they tell their zer and fur pronouns to their fur baby. I have nothing for this. This is what happens when you let your kids get raised by a goddamn iPhone. They slowly just stare into the black void and lose their minds. There's new neo-pronouns. Maybe you don't want to be a ver person. The only ver I care about is ver-ka Gundam model kits, but that's just me. The neo-pronouns are the frog selves. You know that, like, sometimes cats eat frogs. So are you in danger of the kitten self people or what?
No one can have that much power. It is too much.
Will there ever be a race war between the frog self and the puppy self? I look forward to the future. The battle at Dave and Buster's.
It's basically, she went to the store, Frog went to the store. It's her coat, it's Frog's coat. That's pretty much it. Just frog self. So she, hers, herself. You know? It belongs to Frog. It's Frog's self. I don't know how. And pretty much any other noun pronouns can be used like this, such as kitty self.
Isn't it sad how this person is struggling to even rationalize their own frog gender? It would be like meeting someone that was Japanese, but they couldn't speak their own language. And I mean, like, they lived in Japan, but they were confused by their own language.
Or puppy self, or paw. Paw went to the store, it's Paw's coat, etc.
Wait, whoa, what? Okay, hold on. Puppy self I understood, but now you're telling me that people are literally now paws? They're not even the dog. They're the dog's paws. And I'm supposed to be fine with this. No, Fluffy, no! No, Fluffy!
Dear ladies and gentlemen, we come to the part of the program which is always my favorite because it means something.
This video is sponsored by Keeps, because YouTube hates me. Are you worried about hair loss, or do you have hair loss? Well, Keeps has you covered. 2 out of 3 men will experience hair loss by the time they're 35. It's creeping up on you like death, except you'll live through this misery. Keeps offers clinically proven research-backed treatments to stop hair loss and improve hair growth. Thank God. With Keeps, you can get quality expert care without ever visiting a doctor's office or pharmacy. All Keeps treatments plans are doctor recommended, delivered straight to your door at about half the cost of traditional pharmacies. Keeps has a routine that works for you and around your schedule. Whether you're looking to prevent hair loss, stimulate hair growth, or just take better care of the hair you have, Keeps has you covered. Hair loss stops with Keeps. To get 50% off your first order, go to keeps.com/Gunham or click the link in the description. Dude, America's I'm sorry. It's just, even the dog found this shit stupid. But for real, you're not even the whole dog, you're just a paws. We've come full circle in retardation. And the sad fact of the matter is, you have to respect these people's pronouns or else you might lose your job. Get in here, Gordon. Yes, sir, what's wrong? We heard it from HR that you didn't respect Rebecca's paw pronouns. I'm sorry, sir. I just found it stupid that Rebecca wanted to be paw and paw self. I thought she was talking about her father, but then, she explained. What do you mean she? Her paw self, Gordon. This is why you're on write-up, mister. Because you don't know how to respect people's gender pronouns. Some people are just dogs' paws. Imagine having to explain that to your kid. Come in here, son. The girl next door was very upset. You didn't respect the paw pronouns.
So to start, the way that I use bun self pronouns is in place of more gendered nicknames. So like instead of saying like a chick or, gal, I'll say bun. And so the reason is I'm non-binary and I feel like bun perfectly encapsulates the balance of my masculine and feminine characteristics. When I think of my femininity, I think of those old lady waitresses at the diners that call everyone hun. And when I think of my masculinity, I think of that very Canadian, oh yeah, bud. Oh, yeah, bud. And so for me, bun occupies that perfect middle, that exact halfway spot between, oh, let me get that for you, hun. And, yeah, bud. Bud, hun, bud.
Yeah, if you really had any masculine traits, you'd realize how stupid this was. All of my guy friends, not one of them partake in any of this shit. You know why? Because they got bills to pay. They got shit to do. You need free time to think of this stuff. That's the thing. You need free time. Free time is a luxury that the jobless and the insane have plenty of. Everybody else who has stuff to do doesn't have time to sit and go, I'm going to meditate, look up at the stars, I'm going to connect with the alien lights. And also, my bun self has been deeply moved. God, I hate to be a parent now. If my kid came out like this, dude, I would be like one of those fathers that would leave, for real. All right, little buddy. Dad, don't use such gendered language. Okay, bun. Daddy's little pawpaw's gonna go out and get some smokes. Won't see me again. It's probably so much easier as a Japanese person to just distance yourself from a retarded family member because they have agencies where you pay them and they'll come at a time when no one's at your house and move all your out and make it seem like you disappeared. It's great. It's a very lucrative business in Japan. I should do that in America. Oh my God, I'm gonna be rich. Why am I doing YouTube? It's over, baby. Oh, well, one more video.
Z doesn't want broccoli.
Have you heard of the Zem pronouns? Zir, zer, and zip, zippity doo dah. I can't make this funny. It's stupid, Stu. Like I said before, it's free time. This person's running around in an ensemble that's absolutely atrocious. You're dressed like Elton John if you had Down syndrome.
We'll have to ask Zem about that. I'm not sure, but I think these are Zares. I heard Z runs a shop by herself. Love that for them.
I do not believe Zer that for one zering minute. I heard Z runs a shop. Yeah, where? Out of their basement? You think someone that's like running a business that's rational and normal and capable of paying bills and having employees has Zer pronouns? How would you even file that with the US government? Zer doesn't like paying Z's taxes. Dude, I'm telling you. You watch enough of this crap and you do enough YouTube videos where you edit this and you're sitting there like, this is terrible. It just gets you back on drugs. When like I end up in rehab and they do a video on me of Shane Dawson, I'm going to go YouTube this to me. Susan Wojcicki made me do drugs again. I was clean before YouTube. There's a problem with this content.